Mr. J, are you almost ready?
Yep, I'm just putting my face on.
I'm sure you look fine.
I didn't ask.
Gah! Wait a minute, didn't we already do this joke in the Demona video?
True, but action figures are all about reuse. Welcome to 5 Points of Articulation, where I review action figures and then articulate 5 points to help you decide if you want to add that figure to your collection. The 5 points I discuss are packaging, presentation, poseability, playability, and price. I'm Jason, and if you enjoy my content, please like, share, subscribe, do all the YouTube rigmarole. Today, we're taking a look at the DC Multiverse Walmart exclusive Death of the Family Joker. Starting off the packaging and what to say about this box that I haven't already said a million times. Well, for one thing, the picture on the back is pretty cool. Haven't been able to say that in a while. I really like this curtain that they have him standing against. Really does feel like he's on a stage. And is it just me or does it kind of look like he should be holding a cigarette? For those who want it, here's the barcode. And for packaging, this Joker gets 1 whole point. Moving on to presentation, a Joker stands at 7 1/4 inches. The body is just a redeco of the 3 Jokers clown version, but whereas the clown is wearing a magenta and lavender colored suit, Death of the Family is a nice even purple. He also has a black shirt and an aqua tie, and a blue flower that not only clashes with this color scheme, but could have really used some extra paint detail. Otherwise, he's wearing some white gloves this time around, but of course he still has his very sophisticated spats. The only new piece on the figure is this very grisly head sculpt. This comes from a storyline where Joker had Dollmaker take off his face so he could wear it as a mask, and it's been painstakingly recreated in gruesome detail. Emphasis on the pain. The face itself is actually a separate layer that's been glued on. This helps to give it that very authentic layered look. The eyes are super creepy and I'm very grateful that they were painted straight. The teeth as well is a very nice touch. I also like the glossiness on the raw muscle. We can also see some silver highlights where he's had his face attached to his head, some nice leather texturing on the belt. I also think they've done a very fine job on the hair. I know that most of us were hoping for the jumpsuited version of this costume, but again, this isn't exclusive, so doing it this way makes sense. Also, I'm very thankful for this purple suit for reasons that will become very clear during playability. This is the rare redeco that improves on the original release, maybe with the exception of the flower, but honestly, this figure is really all about the head sculpt, and McFarlane has done a bang-up job. For presentation, I'm giving Death of the Family Joker 1 whole point. Moving on to poseability, and although this is a body we've looked at before, it is worth revisiting. From the top in Joker's head's in a dumbbell joint. Because of his hair, he can only look up this much. He can really bury the disembodied chin though. Creepy serial killer level of tilt, and all the way around. Joker has swivel hinge shoulders that raise up 90 degrees, forward and back with a rotator cuff, bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, and McFarlane wrist balls that swivel and hinge. Shifting the torso, and Joker has the diaphragm joints and a dumbbell waist. Using both, and he can arch back this far, which is really impressive, and he can hunch over this far. He can also tilt and twist. Below the waist, and Joker has a typical McFarlane hips. They can kick out this far and split this far. Decent amount of rotation at the hip, very crunchy double jointed knees, toe articulation, and McFarlane ankle balls that swivel, hinge, and pivot. This has got to be the best articulated Joker body sculpt ever available at mass market retail. I genuinely mean it when I say that I can't think of a single way to improve it. For poseability, I'm giving Death of the Family Joker 1 whole point. Before we continue, if you like this video, do me a favor and give it a like. I put a lot of love into my videos and your likes really do help more people to see them. Moving on to playability, and Joker comes with a trading card and a figure stand. Normally I'd have you read it yourself, but I think this time bears doing it together. After having his face cut off a year earlier, the Joker returns with said face morbidly stapled to his face. Facety face, face, face. Also, stapled? Stapled. So is that like strapped or stapled or both? Because the face is definitely both. Kidnapping the entire Bat family, he fully intends to destroy Batman by forcing him to see the demise of his adopted family. Family, family, family. Why not have him face the demise of his family? He also comes with his battle axe, emphasis on the bat. That's a pretty nice axe you got there. A little extra paint detail would have been nice, but honestly, when he's holding it, you'll barely notice. At this point, I'm just happy to see the Joker come with literally anything that isn't a crowbar. Of course, playability is more than just accessories, it's also about how well your figure plays with others. Since this is Death of the Family Joker, I figured we start off with some members of the Bat family. Here we have a couple of different versions of Damien. Here we have a couple of different versions of Nightwing. The red one is based on the art of Greg Capullo, and the blue one's from DC Essentials. Here we have a couple of different versions of Tim Drake as Red Robin, Mattel on Joker's right, and DC Collectibles on his left. Also, really looking forward to the new one coming from McFarlane. Here we have Red Hood by DC Essentials, and here we have the DC Multiverse Art of the Crime Batgirl. Also, I swear I have not forgotten about these, it's just that new stuff keeps coming out, so they keep getting pushed back. For Batgirl's father, here we have Commissioner Gordon from DC Collectibles, and rounding out the Bat family is Alfred by Mattel. Moving on to Batman, and here we have the Greg Capullo version from DC Collectibles. Here we have DC Essentials, also from DC Collectibles. And then moving over to DC Multiverse, and here we have Detective Comics 1000. Here's the Target exclusive Battle Damage version. Since both of these are based off the art of Greg Capullo, I think they actually work together pretty well. Of course, here we have the Rebirth version. They scale less perfectly. Shifting over briefly to live action, and here we have Battinson. Back to the comics, and here we have Future State. This, of course, is actually Tim Fox under the cowl. For Future State Bruce Wayne, and here we have Dark Detective. And for the only Batman as colorful as he is, here's Batman of Zur-En-Arrh. For a relative scale comparison, here he is with Pizza Spidey and the Spectacular Spider-Man. And as always, here he is with Stealth Iron Man. But I know what you're thinking. Jason, where are all the Joker comparisons? Well, never fear, because not only are we going to have some comparisons, we're also going to do some head swaps. Here we have the Joker from Arkham Asylum. The pegs don't match, unfortunately, so you can't click it into place. Not only that, but the neck is too short, so it sits way too low. McFarlane reused a lot of that body to make this Rebirth version of Joker. This one also doesn't click into place, but the proportions are much better. The main downfall of this one is the terrible facial paint job. If you're willing to give it a repaint and fuss with the pegs, it wouldn't look half bad. Here we have Joker as he appeared in Mortal Kombat 11. This is a combination I like a lot. The proportions on this one are really good, and honestly, I think I'm going to come back to this one a little bit later. If, by the way, you're curious about the other way around, here's what that looks like. This face might be a bit too cartoonishly grotesque for this body. I imagine it would look even better if you got the bloody variant. And then moving into the three Jokers, here we have the Comedian. This is another one that looks really good. The purples don't match exactly, but I think you can fudge it. Not only that, but thanks to the black shirt, this really does look like a Killing Joke version. Here we have the Criminal. I love this more gloomy, dour version of Joker. Just something about this really makes me think of a combination of Willem Dafoe and David Bowie. It's crazy how one of my favorite Joker heads is the one where he isn't smiling. And here we have the Clown. This is the one that I've been the most excited about. The matching purple suit is exactly what I was hoping for the first time around, and this does not disappoint. As far as I'm concerned, there's only one way to make this better. Swap out the torsos and flour to make my very own KITBASH. And wow. I'm gonna be honest, I like this even more than I was expecting. The arms popped out pretty easily, and even the flower didn't put up too much of a fight, relatively speaking. I did, however, have to boil and pop the waist. To do that, just heat up a mug of water in your microwave for 2 minutes and hold it under for about 30 to 45 seconds. And for a comparison to everybody's favorite Batman, here you go. To be honest, there's only one thing that I think might make this even better. And there it is. This is my all-time favorite Joker head sculpt, and I love this. If you're gonna do this, it will require a little bit of repainting. I personally would love to make this a more even white and get rid of the red on the cheeks. And after I do that, I think that this would be the perfect Joker figure. And here he is with 3 Jokers Batman. If you're a fan of Joker's faceless look, this is a great addition to your collection. At the very least, it's something different, and that's to say nothing of the customizing potential. For playability, I'm giving Death of the Family Joker 1 whole point. This leaves us with nothing left to discuss but the price. As I've already said, Death of the Family Joker is a Walmart exclusive which retails for $20, but I got mine on discount for only $15. Since the only reason I wanted this figure was for the customizing potential, that definitely put a smile on my face. For price, I'm giving Death of the Family Joker 1 whole point for a grand total of 5 out of 5. For more Joker videos, check out my all-new playlist, or check out this Batman video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back again real soon, but until then, play nice and have fun.